Today we'll be talking about the microcontrollers hardware. A microcontroller has a processor core and two buses. One is system bus, one is peripheral bus. The system bus is connected to RAM, data storage, and clock, whereas peripheral bus is connected to Ethernet, DAC, ADC, USB, serial peripheral interface, and flash memories. The processor is the primary component of a microcontroller, and its speed indicates how fast the system will operate. The memory is available where to store the software and data. It has two kinds of memory, RAM and ROM. RAM can be written and can be read, whereas ROM is on read-only memory. Now, once you write a program, the program goes into a stack and it determines the sequence in which the program will be run. Whereas interrupts are a special facility which is available to interrupt a normal program. If you want to stop the whole system and you press a button, that button or the push switch should stop the whole program. The inputs to a microcontroller are switches, the sensors, temperature sensors, and other sensors, whereas the outputs are LCDs, light emitting diodes, motors. These are the outputs. Analog to digital input, these are also the inputs. These are analog inputs like temperature sensors and analog input. Temperature sensor, the light sensor, the movement sensor, all these sensors have digital or analog inputs, and they are converted into digital so that the microcontroller can process them, and vice versa. The digital inputs can be converted into analog. PWM is a pulse width modulation. Um, the output is the analog output. For example, a speaker, it uses analog input. So in order to operate a speaker, you need to give an analog output. Therefore, PWM is used to do that. There's a concept of bus width, and once you buy a microcontroller, it is generally said that this is an 8-bit microcontroller, 16-bit microcontroller, or 32-bit microcontroller. Now, this particular specification is of the bus width. The information channel, the width of the information channel on which it is going, the lines, either they are 8, 16, 32, or 64. The larger the width, the faster the data can be processed and it is transferred. These are the few common microcontroller systems. We are more interested in Genuino and PIC. Genuino uses ATmega 328P, and PIC, you can find different types of processors. PIC18, F14, K22 is one of the processors which is used by certain colleges. The speeds are different. RAM, interrupt, number of interrupts in Arduino is 2, whereas in PIC is 10, and similarly the digital output and input capability of Arduino is 14, whereas for PIC is 17. Now, in your exam, you will be required to give the justification for selection of the port. That justification is based on these attributes. These attributes, you need to mention whether you are selecting any particular microcontroller based on the cost, or the number of interrupts, or the number of inputs and outputs. That is how you justify why you are using the particular system. The Arduino or PIC. They use flow code as well as their own IDE. Arduino IDE is free software. Flow code is a paid software generated by Matrix. Our Arduino IDE uses C language, whereas in flow code we use flowcharts. Flow code is a much powerful system, and we'll be using flow code for programming these microcontrollers. Pickaxe uses basic language. Genie also uses basic language, but flow code can program these also. And the last concept is Internet of Things. So over here you need to do a little bit of research yourself so that you can find out what it is. It's the things which are connected in physical objects. These are physical objects like washing machine, building management systems, temperature controlling systems. So these are interconnected, and this is the new information revolution which is coming. We'll continue with the hardware in the coming lessons.